Okay, well, welcome tonight, folks. Welcome to the team synergy training. My name is Mike Zanardelli. I'm a diamond with Club Seacret, and I think that for most of you who may not know this, this is actually last week was our 5-year anniversary with Seacret. We were fortunate enough to bring the nutrition over to become part of the family here at Seacret, and it has been an absolute blessing ever since. And it's been exciting to be able to work with finally the right people. I've been in this industry for a couple of decades now, and I was fortunate enough to be able to be a great copier. And so if somebody showed me how to do it, I could do it. And that's how my career started in this industry. I just followed people who were better than me and kind of said what they said, did what they did, took the actions they took, worked as hard as they did. And we were fortunate enough to have some success, but I never felt like I was in the right company. Like I always felt like the people that were behind the curtain weren't exactly the people that you saw on the stage. They were very different. And it just so very thankful that I'm here with Seacret. And for those of you, if this is your first opportunity or first company you've been in the industry, you absolutely must be doing something right because you ended up at the best. There's a lot of companies out there. They're going to say they're the best. They have the best products, the best comp plan. But I tell you what, we have the best corporate team and founders that I have ever met, truly. So what that will prove to us long term is that we have a company that's going to be here not only through the test of time, but I truly believe once we create the synergy with the team and the field around the world, we'll be in the top 5 in this industry. I truly, truly believe that. There's too many people at corporate that have that kind of vision. You don't usually hear that from those types of individuals, or if you do, it's just pie in the sky. They just want you to get all pumped up so you go out there and create more money for them. And with our corporate team and with the founders, folks, it's so incredible what they do for us every single week and every single month. And like I said, this is my 5th year anniversary with Seacret. It has been fun. It's been it's been exciting and surprising at times, but all in all, it's been a fantastic ride. So we appreciate you for being here tonight. And I know that what the title was, play to your strengths. That was really a topic we wanted to cover tonight because, I get asked to do a lot of different talks on podcasts. I get asked to come into certain companies and do different presentations for them, depending upon what the skill set is that they're looking to hone. Because I was doing that prior to Seacret, and it's still what I do now. But what's interesting is a lot of people say, play to my strengths. Well, what does that mean? What we first have to understand is you have to we define ourselves by who we think we are, and we define ourselves by who we think we are not. Now think about that for just 1 second. We actually define who we are based upon what we think we are and what we think we're not. So let me give you an example how that shows up in business or how that may show up in our life. Let's say that you have this tremendous goal you're going after. Maybe it's here in the company, maybe it's in a personal relationship, maybe it's in an outside business or a job that you have, but you have this goal and you really want to go after it. You want to put everything into it. And you get right up to that moment where you want to jump into that goal, and that hesitation kind of shows up and you get that fear, whatever that fear is. The fear of failure, the fear of not looking good, the fear of just, what, people are looking at me and I'm making a fool of myself. We all have those fears, understandably that. So you go to make that attempt again, and we start to pull back. And again, those fears show up. And what happens eventually is we then to say, well, we don't want to feel bad about ourselves all the time. So we take another route. We say, well, I'm just a procrastinator. Well, if you say I am with enough intensity and enough times to yourself with enough energy, you'll start to believe it, and worse off, you'll start to live it. And living into that procrastination, nothing is ever going to happen that you want to have happen. And again, it could be here with our business, it could be in a personal relationship, it could be happy with your job, it could be happy like whatever it is you do as a hobby. We can live in that state. So what we need to do is actually start playing to our strengths. Every one of you here tonight, whether you've been here for a day or you've been here for years and years and years, you have strengths that you came here with. You were strong in something you did prior to showing up in network marketing. And you know what's interesting with that term, when I hear that, even the hairs on the back of my neck go up because, because I've heard it for so many years, and yet people don't really understand what that means. It means we are taking the network that we took our entire lives to create, and we are marketing a product or service to that network. Like, that is easy for me to understand today, but years ago, So let's look at our strengths. Each and every one of you have a strength. What is that prior to being here? Were you a good communicator? Were you good with kids? Were you good describing things? Were you good having something happen with a particular product or service that you used? Were you great at being able to communicate that to other people? So there's something you were strong and your strength were at. For example, I write lefty, but I'm a right-hand person. So when I was playing football, they thought lefty, let's put him on the left side of the line. Well, that wasn't playing to my strength because the only thing I do lefty is right. I even eat righty, but I write lefty. I'm always confused. If you ever wonder why I go up on 10, it's because I'm confused up here. Right brain, left brain. So until I started playing to my strength and moved me to the right side of the line, that I could actually see that my skills were better. I was getting off the ball faster. I was able to get to the quarterback quicker. There are strengths that each and every one of you have. So I want you to kind of separate yourself from this business right now and identify and write down what a strength is you believe you have or had prior to getting here. So write that down for me, because you may forget it if you go, oh, this is what I'm good at. We get done with this training and you go, what did I say I was good at? Right? So when I started competing in bodybuilding, I didn't want to be the tall guy on stage with little legs, because in that era, that's kind of what happened. You saw these big guys, these big upper bodies, and these toothpick legs. And I'm like, that is never going to be me. So I took a weakness that I had and I focused on it, and it eventually became a strength, where I had to actually then focus on my upper body to get it bigger. So each and every one of us have done something that maybe we weren't good at, and it's now a strength. So I want you to now bring it to the business. Not everybody here tonight or watching this recording is good at everything in the business. Yet we look at other leaders and we go, oh my God, like they know this thing by the back of their hand. Like they can do this in their sleep. And yes, they probably could. But I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to find one strength that you're good at that you can apply to this business. So if you are a great communicator, start talking to more people. If you're a great promoter, start promoting more events. If you're great describing certain product areas of our company, get great at that so you actually pull somebody in by your excitement, your enthusiasm, and how well you convey that information. What's interesting is I get calls from around the world because people want me on a Zoom to talk about the nutrition. Wonder why that is. Because for 30 years I've been in nutrition, and I've been working with our nutrition for 13 years, 5 years now since we've been with Seacret. I know it like the back of my hand, but once 13, 14 years ago, I didn't know this specific product and how this specific nutrition was going to affect your function, your ability, the things that it does. So that's a strength. I fall into my strength with this company by talking about and getting enthusiastic about something that I feel that I'm strong at. All of you have to pick an area, whatever that is. I know that some of you go, wow, he did an okay training. He didn't seem to miss a beat. Well, I've been doing this a little while. At one point in my career, this was not a strong suit. This is not playing into a strength. Understand, if you can, I want to take you back 20 plus years. I used to be a spokesperson for a national sports nutrition company. I traveled internationally. I traveled all around the world. Used to go to army bases and PXs and commissaries and trade shows. And I could speak for hours on that particular nutrition product because that's what I learned to do. Suddenly I came into my own business in network marketing and I couldn't speak to anybody. Like, I felt like I was being choked out. It was the weirdest thing. So I used to go to someone who did a presentation and I would tape record them. I'm giving you little hints here, guys. If you'd like somebody in particular that presents in your area or presents online, record them and go over and over and over and over and over and over again until you wear that MP3 out or whatever you're recording them on. Now, I don't want you to say what they say verbatim, but you'll now start to understand the language, the words, and you put your own flavor to it. I did this years ago. My very first presentation in front of a room, I was having a good time. Now, the only reason I was having a good time is because there was somebody who I loved their presentation. And literally, I went there on a Saturday, went through an hour presentation, went through it over and over, wrote it out verbatim, memorized it verbatim. And then when I did a presentation, it was his words with my flavor. So I was having a good time because I finally felt like that was a strength. One is a weakness. A lot of you have a very uncanny ability to go into a crowd and meet people and they just start talking to you. It's very genuine. I know that Melissa, my bride to be, she walks into anywhere and people start telling her about their life, like things they don't tell their own friends. They start telling her. It's a unique gift that she has, but a lot of us don't have that gift. A lot of us, we go to talk to somebody, we don't know what to say. I was that same way. See, years ago, even though I was a spokesperson for a national sports nutrition company, when it came to coming here and building my own business, I was scared to death. I used to go out there, my palms used to sweat because I would get so nervous to talk to somebody. And today I look back at that and I go, oh my God, that was ridiculous. Ridiculous. And hopefully some of you are getting something out of this because I want you to start to look at what are you strong at right now? Pick something. If you're not strong at it, pick one thing within our company that you can be passionately strong on because you will captivate other people by your strength. Because people don't join companies, folks, they join people. And if you can be strong in an area of our company where they can gravitate to you, like this person really knows what's going on. Wow, they just came up to me and started talking to me and I felt so comfortable with them. Or they were so passionate about the nutrition because of how it's benefited them and people in their family. Like I want to see what that's all about. Or the skincare. Or the travel. Maybe you've been on like 50 trips and you can go up to somebody and talk to them about what's happening in travel, what we have, and what's coming. Pick something and make it a strength for you because you'll be shocked at what occurs for you. You'll be shocked. It was funny, I was having a conversation with somebody earlier. We were doing a podcast for a good friend of mine. And he says, what have you learned in the career that you've been in for so long? And I said a couple of things. Number one, I know that I don't know everything. Number two, I'm always willing to learn. There's never been a point in my career in 20 plus years that I said, I got it. I'm good. Guess what? I still make mistakes. Trust me. I'm the kind of coach, or I'm a kind of a consultant. I'm a coach as well, but I'm more of a consultant to people out there. But if I come to you and I say, listen, I made the same mistake, don't worry about it. Let's just work on it. Let's get it better. I am not the coach that's going to say it's never happened to me. What's wrong with you? That is not me. You'll find other coaches that want to come off that they have it all worked out. Like everything's going great in their life, their business, their personal life, everything is like, they come off that way. I want to be the person that you go, well, the guy was pretty genuine because he was like relatable. I understand where he's coming from. I had those fears too. I wasn't good at that either. But you know what? He said, help me. I should focus on one thing, get strong on it, so people will actually be compelled to want to listen. And then I can open it up to the things I have a little bit less strength in. Now, what you can also do is find somebody else who's strong in areas you're not and play with them. What I mean is use them, work with them together. Like Trish is amazing online. Like she started a couple of years ago. She started figuring it out, and now she has so many leads, she probably doesn't know what to do with. If I had somebody that was coming in here and saying, listen, I want to do online marketing. I know the game of marketing. I say, listen, I need to put you in touch with Trish because that is her strong suit. You guys can chat it up for a while, and I'm sure she's going to set you on a path that you can actually go out there and run with it. I am not going to say, well, let me tell you what I know, because that would not be a strong suit for me. Trish is probably laughing because she knows that. But there are people out there that have gotten better at it over time. But if she's great at it, why would I try to be great? Or why would I try to go, well, let me tell you what I know. Here's what you need to do. Create a following on Twitter, create Instagram, and just get out there and start making posts every day. You got it, no problem. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to remove myself and say, you know what, you probably should talk to Trish. Or someone's great at making video content and splicing and editing, laying soundtrack over videos and stuff like that. I'm going to say, listen, you know what? I've seen people do it, but I tell you what, there's a guy in the company right now. He's been just a great friend of mine since I came here. His name is Jefferson Santos. And what he creates is like, he can be getting paid giant money if he was working for like a television studio or a movie studio, because he is just awesome at putting together video and content. And if you want to do that, listen, I'm going to put you in touch with him. He can tell you how he got started and what he does now. Play to your strength, ladies and gentlemen. I see so many people trying to be good at everything, and you just won't be at first. It may take you years to get as good as some of the top leadership that we have in our company, but it's okay. We're not in a race here to win a sprint. This is a marathon. You know why the majority of people join and run a marathon? Is not because they think they can win. The majority just want to finish. So finishing the race here is whatever that is to you. Some people have their aspirations. I'm going to do this until I hit Crown Royale. That's a great aspiration. Some of you, that's not your aspiration. Your aspiration is, listen, if I can make an extra $5 grand a month and I can build it so it's somewhat consistent, so I can go and really have some fun with this, it allows me to make better choices for my family or where I travel, or I just want to travel a whole lot. I'm just never had the money to do it. Whatever your goals are, it may take you a little while to get there, and that's okay. My first company, it took me forever to be one of the top execs because I was just like spinning my wheels until I said, you know what, if that's what they say, I'm going to watch the leadership. I sat away across the desk from somebody who was making about $30,000 a month. And I was like, I am going to say what you say. I'm going to do what you do. I'm going to run the ads you run. I'm going to do whatever. And he used to make fun of me because I would literally stare at him. But get strong at something, pick that out, pick it tonight. If you feel that you're strong at it, start leading with that strength. I know the best product that a lot of people will say is our opportunity. And I agree with you. But if you can't pull them into the opportunity because you're not good at any particular part of what we offer, it's going to be a little challenging. So find something, some stories that you actually have experienced within your team or within the people you speak to. How did you get the first couple of agents in your business? What did you talk to them about? Was it different than what you're trying to do now? And see, this is an epiphany because I'm having this because it happened for me. I am teaching from what happened for me. So when we came into this company, I didn't know a thing about skincare, but I dove into skincare trying to learn as much as I possibly could. And when I found out that I was never going to be an expert there, I was like, well, let me just buy a bunch of stuff so I can have it at my house and I can use it and decide on which products I like the best for me. So I can tell a great story about, you know what, I love the mud soap. I use it all the time. Sometimes I use it on my face, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I use the men's scrub. Sometimes I use shampoo, sometimes I don't. But I started using this stuff because I knew I was going to be an expert there. That was not a strong suit. So then 18 months ago, we brought this travel business in here, and I'm going, that's the ticket. That's what I'm going to lead with that because everyone loves to travel like I do. And then I was like, okay, well, how do I explain all of that. How do I explain that? Well, we have our online traveling booking portal. We have all these daily deals. We have escapes. We have cruises. We have trips around the world. How do I get good at that? And I was like, hold on a second. Let me wade through all of this. What am I really the best at? I'm best at the nutrition. So I'm going to lead and be passionate about the nutrition because the profound effect it's had on me and thousands of other people that my team over the last 13 years has touched, tens of thousands with that product, and to see the results they're having, that's where I'm going to focus. I'm going to lead with that. They're going to feel the passion. They're going to be attracted to the passion. Listen, have you ever been out somewhere and somebody just like catches your eye because they are just, you can see them, they're animated, they're talking about something, they're excited. They just have something on the ball. Don't you automatically get attracted to that person? You do. You don't get attracted to the person over here standing by a pillar just kind of hanging out. Like you're like that. I'm not interesting, but this person seems interesting. I want to go check out what they're doing. If you're speaking passionately about something that you decided you're going to get great at, lean into your strength, they will eventually find out all the other stuff. Does that make sense? When they come to see a presentation, if you're doing a presentation and it's you, lead with your strength. Whatever that is. Some of you are here because you came from a travel company. That is your strength. Lead with it. And then say, listen, we have other offerings. What would you be interested in these other areas? Lead with it. Lead with your strength. If you're here because you have 3,000 customers because they've been on your personal care products, that is a clue and says that is a strength for you. That's a strength. So go into that, dive into that, say, present with that first, and then say, listen, we have other offerings. Would you be interested in hearing about these other things? If you're like me and you came into this business because you're a part of the OG network that we came over with, and we had tens of thousands of people on our teams that were just so attracted to nutrition, and we offered the best. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't realize it, like there's not another product out there that touches what we have. This is my field of interest and study for 30 years. There's nothing out there. Trust me, when they go, well, I got this other plant protein, I got this other thing called recovery or whatever. Like nobody has anything that we can touch. I believe that 1000%. I've done the research. I've done this studying. If there was stuff out there that was better, I'd be using it. But I use our product and I've been using it for 13 years, never missed a day. Never missed a day. Now I can talk about that. That is my strength. That's what I lead with. Then I talk about, by the way, we have other offerings. What might you be interested in? Then they're more open. They're like, wow, I was attracted to this guy because he got me interested in this nutrition. I automatically want to do that. It just happened last week. I'll give you an example. I was out with some friends in Miami. We're just supposed to go out and just to have light bite to eat and go kind of hang out and kick it. And one of the guys is a new guy's going to be joining the team here soon. He's a doctor and he's excited. He knows the nutrition is the absolute best. He doesn't really know much about the other stuff because I didn't attract him with all the other stuff. I said, listen, you know, doc, you know this nutrition. It's going to be the best. You can offer it to your patients. But I mean, there's other stuff we'll talk about in the future. He introduced me to a friend of his who was in town from New Jersey. Now, this guy was like, just had like that it factor. And he's been in a company for about 18 years. He knows he's probably going to get laid off in December. And he has a passion project he wants to start. But I was talking to him about this nutrition. And he's like, man, I just by you talking about it, I want to take it. I said, great, don't worry. We'll get to that another time. I said, but you know what? I've seen so many story after story about what he's like, no, listen, I need to order this stuff. I need to try this stuff. I said, it's amazing because so many agents around the world. He says, what is it? Do you have like an affiliate program there? I said, well, we're called agents. We're independent, but we're agents. He's like, oh, so this is something I could do. I was like, it is, but you know, let's talk about something else. So because he was attracted to my passion, because that's my strength around nutrition, he is now open to the opportunity. And I never talked about the opportunity. Friends first, right? You guys understood that? Friends first. Like people want to like you. They'll do business with the people that they like and that they trust. People don't join a company, they join a person. So sometimes we go, well, I haven't sponsored people in months. Okay, let's look inward and see what's going on there. Because it's not the company. The offering is amazing. There's not another offering in the industry that compares to anything we have. I know there's a lot of companies out there, and I'm always hearing from the leaders, oh, we got the best, you ought to check it out, I'm good. But I am officially unrecruitable. I'm here, I'm a lifer, sorry. And people sometimes are like, oh, what do you mean? A company's been around forever. I'm like, yeah, in your company? Oh, that's right. It just got sold. Anyway, so, it's interesting what we'll find out there, but we have to understand that if we absolutely dive into our strength and create something as a strength, we're going to attract other people. To add the icing on the cake after is a bonus. And if you have not yet brought the people in that you're looking for because you haven't yet done that, start trying that. Because listen, we get in our business what we tolerate. Look around your group. Look around the people you talk to. Sometimes you're going, oh my God, they feel from you, oh my God, please sign up. They feel it. And you're trying to get them in just so they can get the trip. You need to get the pack so you get the trip. You need to get the pack so you get the trip. No. What's your strength? What's going to keep them here long term? Now, the new 50-50 that we just got promoted to, hopefully you guys listened to that over the weekend. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? $50 product order, $50 a month for Club Seacret. At the end of 12 months, your anniversary, you get another trip? Like, are you kidding me? I mean, that's almost like taking candy from a baby. That is simple, but that's not what's going to get him in. So listen, we have this 50-50 program. You're going to hear all about this. What are you passionate about, man? Why are you here? Lead with that strength, lean into that strength, I promise you, because if we get what we tolerate, we need to start raising our standards. The difference between people is not their race, is not their age, is not their color. The difference between people is what their standards are. Think about that. The people that you might see on TV that are breaking into stores, how low are their standards? The people that are going out there and creating multi-million-dollar businesses, how high are their standards? Now, so where are your standards? Where are mine? I learned that years ago, and I was like, you know what? I do deserve best, not okay. When people say, how's your day? Do you go, hey, it's going good. It's going all right. It's all right. When was the last day somebody said, how's your day? You go, outstanding. They're not used to hearing that. They may go, outstanding. That's awesome. What are you so excited about? So we have to raise our standards. When we raise our standards, you will find the people that deserve to be in your business. You will find the people that deserve to be in your business. You need to be in a position where you can actually talk to somebody, try to have them see the light of our business. And you also have the right to say, you know what, this business probably isn't for you. I'm looking for someone who has a little passion. Now, you may not be able to say, I can never say that. When you raise your standards, you can. When you raise your standards, you can. I used to have a gym in Southern California. It was one of the most famous gyms that there were in California at the time. There were times where I had to turn people away. That was my house. You were coming into my house. You were going to get exposed to a lot of pro athletes, and they didn't want to be bothered by you. And if you're coming in here with that attitude, I'm sorry, you can't join here. You have to find another gym. People are like, oh my God, how could you be so serious about that? Well, because I didn't need them. I need people, but I didn't need him or her. We need people in our business, so raise our standards to what we really want, not what we can get. Is there a difference? If you're leading with your strength, we're working on the inner game. We're leading with our strength to let them know, by the way, there's other things that we have. Are you interested in this or this? I can explain the details. And where are they on your standard list? If they're at the bottom of your list and you're just hoping they get in with a pack because you can just say you sponsored somebody, that's probably a standard you need to raise. You need to raise somebody. They should be selling you why they should be in your business. If we are always on the sell side to get somebody in, guess what we'll have to do the entire time they're here? We will have to sell and sell and sell and sell them to stay in. Sell them on events, sell them on training, sell them on the newest product. It's exhausting. You know how I know that? Once upon a time, I used to do that. And I've been more exhausted in this industry than anything I've ever done because I would follow those pitfalls. There's also a pitfall, and hopefully you guys can refrain from doing this. There are people that you see and you go, they have so much potential. And you care more about their success than they care about their own. And we'll work with them until we have skinned up knees and skinned up hands from falling on the pavement so many times. And they just won't engage. Now, if everyone on here can't relate to that, then I'm talking to the wrong group. But my guess is all of us have had those folks along the way. I'm getting thumbs up and you got it. Yeah. Listen, I think that Trish remembers this. This is something that I've always believed in. And that is there are people around you that believe more in you than you believe in yourself. So that's a good thing. But don't believe in someone so much that they are unwilling to get uncomfortable, to go after something that they really deserve, but you see more potential in them. And here's the challenge with potential: you can't cash it. It never cashes. Believe me, I have brought friends of mine in the business and they are just gifted with certain things. And I was just like, listen, we just got to do this. We got to do this. And let's go out. I'll do it with you. I'll do it for you. And they never get out of the starting blocks. And therefore, they'll never win the race. But we want them to. But understand this. There's a team of people that are here tonight and a team of people that are going to watch this video because they invest in themselves. They invest time. They invest energy. They invest money to sharpening that skill set that we all need. To find that thing that we can lean into as a strength, to really sharpen that axe. There's not a person you can put me on the phone with Ron's Nutrition that it will absolutely stand up when I'm done. They will not touch me. I know that's a strength. I lead with it. But for a while there, I was getting confused. I was like, what am I leading with here, man? Like, I don't even know how to get it all into one thing. If you see potential, go and have them sell you on why they should be in your business. Remember, the idea is to build a multi-million-dollar business. Now, whether that's yearly or monthly, it's entirely your choice. But if you're building a multi-million-dollar business, and you really believe that in your heart of hearts, or we have walk-away money to do the things we want to do in life that are important for us. Like, success is what you get, right? Success is what you get. And sometimes that's monetary or the things we can surround ourselves with. But fulfillment is completely different. And fulfillment may be something that's outside of this business, something that you have a passion about, and you can get the income from here to really actually be fulfilled with doing whatever that is. Remember, success shows up monetarily. Success is what we get. But fulfillment is something usually outside of what we do. typically. Like I know that Trish, if she could spend the rest of her life like just doing stuff with her family and traveling around the world and just experiencing life and going to all those bucket list countries she's never been to and taking her kids there, like that's fulfillment, man. That is like, that would fill her up, because you know what you can't take with you when somebody's no longer around? You can't take the money. It's all about what we have in here and the memories of. I was very fortunate. My dad's still alive today. He's 80 years old. We started traveling when I was 30. We did a trip every year. And sometimes they were expensive trips. But you know what? The money doesn't matter, because I have the memories. I built memories with my father that will never leave me even when he's gone. Like, that is fulfillment. What fulfillment would you like to have? Because you create success here, enough success that allows you to actually do that. I don't know what that is. For everybody, it's different. But when I come on here to coach, or when I come on here to help people out, I want you to know that I've had these same struggles. I am not the guy that's got it all worked out. I am working on my skill set on a daily basis so that I can go out there, try it out, bring it back and go, hey, this is what I'm finding. This is working. Let's try this together. And if it all starts to work for all of us, it must be something that's working. And that one thing has been to everybody I've been coaching from around the planet is fall into your strength of what you know. If you're from travel, fall into that, lead with that, talk about the stories, and say, by the way, we have some incredible other offers. What would you be most interested in hearing about? If you're about skincare and personal care products, lead with that. If you're into nutrition like I am, lead with it. The rest of the stuff is there. It is gravy on top of the mashed potatoes. That's a weird analogy, I know, but I don't know why. I watched a commercial earlier and it had a mashed potatoes and gravy, which I kind of never eat, but just looked really good. So hopefully everyone here has had enough stuff to think about tonight. Because you know what? Real success and fulfillment comes from progress. If you can make progress on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, you will have all the success you ever wanted. If we aren't making progress, we're not growing. If you're not growing, we're dying. And I know there are a lot of people here, well, you've heard a lot of leadership say it. Listen, the newest blood, the newest person you bring in, oftentimes brings life to the entire plant. Have you found that? Have you found that when you talk to somebody else and you start to work into their warm market, how easily you can talk about everything we have to offer? Because it's not your person. It is, but it's not. It's theirs. And this whole thing about like, well, it's somebody I know. It's like, hey, listen, here's what we're offering. This is what I can tell you about the nutrition. Right? That means progress. And I would love for everyone to be able to walk away from tonight focusing on what that strength is that you're going to lean into. And I promise you, if you lean into it, it's happened for me for the last 4 weeks that I've been practicing it. It's been happening over and over and over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter who I'm talking to. They're like, wow, you're really passionate about this. Well, I've been working with it for 13 years. It's around the world. Let me tell you some of these stories we've had. Oh, by the way, we have other stuff. If you're into nutrition, does your wife like personal care products? We have the best of the best. Like, nobody compares. You like to travel ever? You ever travel for work? Oh my God, I got to show you that side. That's another time. I don't go out there and try to be the everything to everybody. I can't do it. I have to be focused on a strength. And all I can tell you is this, and I give you this example because a lot of you came here with Seacret and it was just skincare, personal care products. What did you build your business on? Personal care products and stories. Then nutrition came in and people were like, oh my God, I'm not really sure what to say about this nutrition. How do I know it's any good? Okay. Well, the proof is in the pudding. We've been here 5 years. We're already 50% of the gross revenue in the company is nutrition. I'm willing to stake my name on it. You give us another 2 or 3 years, that percentage is going way up. I promise you. because nobody has what we have. You can't find it anywhere else. You can find personal care products, but not like ours. Ours is best, but I promise you that nutrition number is going to go up. And I can't wait to hear it. I had a group of people, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that worked with just nutrition. You know what we were good at? Getting people enrolled because we had great nutrition. Not because we had a great comp plan, because it was horrible compared to what we have now. It was horrible. It wasn't because we had a great CEO. He was not good. And that's putting it lightly. But we had Dr. Cohn. And Dr. Cohn's the man. If you've been around him, you heard him talk, you can tell the passion is in him about lighting the world on fire with nutrition. He is, that is his game. That is his end game, is to touch every person on the planet with Life by Seacret Nutrition. But we were great at it. So what I'm getting around to is tomorrow night, Dr. Cohn and I are doing a Wellness Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday. Dr. Cohn, it'll be 9:30 East Coast time, so figure out whatever time that is in your zone. There'll be a half an hour. Now, here's what I implore you to do. Be on there live if you can. I'm sure it will be recorded. I don't know where it will be posted. It's going to be me interviewing Dr. Cohn on why. Not, hey, we have a great protein, we have a great greens, we have a great, not that. Like why? Specifically, why ours more than anybody else's? What kind of function are we making a difference in people's lives? What's the long-term effect of people being on products that help slightly alkalize the body? What's the long-term effect there? So Carrie Jo, I don't know if you're on here tonight, maybe you can put up where that's going to be. You can find it, I'm sure it's posted in the Platinum and Up. We'll post it in the All Agent, I think, thread. I'm sure we'll post it somewhere. It'll be up there tonight, if not tomorrow. It's already up, but maybe it'll be up there by tomorrow morning. So look for it. It's going to be a Zoom, and Doc's going to be there. But here's what's exciting. Doc committed to me tonight. We're going to do this every 3 weeks. He said, okay, let's do it. Let's get back to what we always did. And the reason why I say that is because that's our strength. Doc's strength is nutrition and helping people understand not that they should just take our nutrition, but why they should continue to make it a lifestyle. What does that do for all of us? That means long-term residual income. When we were a standalone company, folks, our retention, just so you all know, with a third party came in to do an analysis on our brand and our company and our product, our retention was over 70% on the nutrition. And that was over a period of 7 years. And one of the biggest reasons we had that is because Dr. Cohen's the glue. We're the pieces of the puzzle, but he's the glue that makes it all stick. So he's made a commitment to me that every 3 weeks we're going to do a Wellness Wednesday. And what you should do is not only be on there yourself so you can pick up some of the lingo, some of the language, and really maybe understand why you should never come off these products, why you should be on them diligently. Your entire family should be on them diligently, because you never know what they might be doing inside. It's possibly preventative. You never know. But bring your customers on. Let them understand, hey, this wasn't just a product you're taking, not a product I'm selling. Here's a product that's a lifestyle brand, and you're going to hear it right from the doctor on why. And if we can get into that rhythm of we're out there building our businesses, we're gaining customers, we're gaining agents, we're leading with our strength to get people attracted to us first. Then they're going, I like this person, I like their energy, they seem to know what the heck they're talking about, definitely passionate about it. All this rest of this stuff is fantastic, and I get to actually hear from the guy who created this. I'm in, I got to be there. Customers, folks, our customer retention was insane because he was the glue. And they knew that every 3 weeks they could count on him being live. Every 3 weeks, come on live. So I'm not sure how many of those will actually post after they're up, or we'll take them down after they're up for a couple of days, because we want people to come in and listen to him live. So he's made that commitment to me. So I'm making that commitment to all of you, that he made that commitment to me, that we'll do it every 3 weeks. Tomorrow is the first one. I would not miss it. I would be calling every agent in my team saying, listen, I know it's been a while. Hey, listen, I want you to hear directly from the doc. Hey, listen, I know you've been a customer of mine. I'm really appreciative. Thank you so much. How are you liking everything you're using? By the way, listen, tomorrow night's a very special night. This doesn't happen all the time. In fact, it's been a long time since he's done this. But the doctor who's the creator behind our Life by Seacret products is actually going to do a Zoom live for 30 minutes. And I tell you what, every time he speaks, there's some nuggets that I'm always picking up and understanding why this is a lifestyle brand for me and my family, and why we're going to be committed to staying on it forever. I think you'd love to hear the same information. Get people on tomorrow night's call. It's a Zoom. I'll be asking the questions, and I'm going to give them all the good questions. Now, if you are here tonight and you would love to give a testimonial, we are only looking for 4 testimonials. What I need for you to do is write it out on paper, email me what you wrote out. My email is mikez@gmail.com. The number 1, mikez@gmail.com. I need you to write out your testimonial on what you had an experience with our product. I'm going to look at it and send it back to you if it's good. If not, I'm going to ask you to make changes. And then when it's your turn and we can call on you to give a testimonial, I want you to read what you wrote. Fair enough? Because if we get Doc to do this every 3 weeks, we need to be real good with what we say and don't say. Are you with me? We need to be really scaldingly good, because this is going to start getting broadcast. And I know all of Canada, they're like, we're in. They're going to be watching it. I'm sure this is going to be people from around the world. I don't know. I just know that when he speaks, most people listen, but we need to be scalding. So if you have a testimonial, please email me that testimonial. I want it 30 to 60 seconds when you're reading it out loud, no longer. 30 to 60 seconds, that's it. If I look at it, I'm going to make the corrections when I send it back to you and say, this is what you need to read. I'm going to pick the best ones. So it might be 50 of you that send stuff over. That's fine. I'm going to pick the best ones. When I email you back, you'll be the person that's actually going to get called on. I'll call on you on tomorrow night's call with Dr. Cohn. But when I get it back to you, if it looks great, I want you to read from what you wrote. Don't just go off the cuff and say, oh yeah, when I was on there, I went to my doctors. He said, oh my God, like, we just need to really be vanilla, conveying information of, you know what, it just so happened I took Life by Seacret products, and you know what, I just feel incredible, and I don't have that backache that I used to have. Like, that's a different testimonial than putting a label on the ailment or the things you're not taking that were potentially prescribed. Okay, we need to be really, really good with this. We were great with it in the past. We got loosey-goosey, but compliance is definitely looking in on this. So in order to be compliant and to have this run every 3 weeks, I promise you, you're going to see some amazing stickiness with the people that you have on Life by Seacret Nutrition. So folks, I really, truly appreciate your time and attention tonight. It's always fun for me to get on here and hopefully convey some information that you can take home and go, you know what? Kind of makes sense what he's talking about. Or I'm glad he was able to say, you know what, that happened for him too. He's not this perfect robot guy. Because I'm not. I try to be as polished as I can, but I am always willing to let you know, hey, these are some of the stumbling blocks I've had or some of the challenges I've had, and here's what I've done to try to correct it. So folks, with that, I want you to go out and have a phenomenal, phenomenal week. Stay safe if you're in Florida on the West Coast. And hopefully you have already left where you live. And even if you're up in the Panhandle, hopefully you're probably maybe left and get safe, because I know they can be a little bit scary. But the rest of you, wherever you are, have a great evening. God bless, and go be a blessing. Go and touch somebody. Folks, I appreciate your time and attention. God bless and good night.
Grateful for you, Mike. Thank you so much.
You were amazing.
Thank you, Mike.